Peter Lombard, Sententiae, Episode 8. De rebus quibus utendum est, res autem quibus utendum est, mundus est et in eo creata, unde Augustinus in eodem. Utendum est hoc mundo, non fruendum, ut invisibilia Dei per ea quae facta sunt, intellecta conspiciantur. Id est ut de temporalibus aeterna capiantur. Item in eodem. In omnibus rebus illae tantum sunt quibus fruendum est, quae aeternae et incommutabiles sunt. Ceteris autem utendum est, ut ad illardrum per fruitionem perveniatur. In the previous episode, Peter Lombard dealt with the things which are to be enjoyed, de rebus quibus fruendum est, and now he deals with de rebus quibus utendum est, the things that must be used, utendum, from the similarly deponent third conjugation verb, utor, uti, things that must be used. Now, autem, moreover, the things which must be used, quibus utendum est, and note that quibus is feminine, plural, and ablative, feminine and plural because of its antecedent, res, and ablative because the verb utor, as fruor, always uses an ablative of means. We get use or enjoyment by means of something, and so these two verbs use an ablative of means. So those things that are to be used are the world, mundus est, it is the world, and those things that are creata, in it, created in it. The antecedent of eo is the noun mundus, and thus eo is masculine, singular, and ablative. Masculine and singular because of its antecedent, and ablative because it is the object of the preposition in. Creata, meanwhile, is a substantive adjective, that is, an adjective used as a noun. It is neuter, plural, and nominative. It is the participle of the verb creo, creare. It's built on the fourth principal part of that first conjugation verb. So the things that are to be used are the world and those things created in it. Whence, or for this reason, Augustine, in that same book, that is De Doctrina Christiana, says, and then we receive a quote, indicated by these marks here, the beginning of the quote and the end of the quote. He says, "This world, hoc mundo, should be used, not enjoyed." Now, in Latin, of course, utendum est is, or utendum is nominative, and this is a gerundive, once again, with the verb esse. It's a passive periphrastic, as it is called, a passive periphrastic. And then it takes hoc mundo as its ablative of means. We cannot translate into English this way. Instead, we would typically make the ablative of means the subject. This world is to be used, not enjoyed. We would say, in order that, ut, the invisible things of God, invisibilia Dei, also a substantive, neuter plural nominative, so that the invisible things of God, intellecta, having been understood through those things which have been made, and here we have a relative clause, quae facta sunt, they might be comprehended. So the invisible things of God are comprehended through the things which have been made once they have been understood. And this is a reference to Romans, a quotation by Augustine of Romans, chapter 1, verse 20. That is, id est, so that from things that are temporal, eternal things might be comprehended, capiantur. In the same way, item is a temporal adverb. In the same book, that is, Augustine's De Doctrina Christiana, we have, in all things that exist, in omnibus res, those ones alone, illae tantum, this is a restrictive adverb, tantum, those things only are the ones that must be enjoyed, which are aeternae et incommutabiles sunt. In other words, we must only enjoy the ones that are everlasting and unchangeable, but other things should be used, so that we might arrive, perveniatur, at a full enjoyment, per fruitionem, of them. And the antecedent of illabrum are those things that are eternal and unchangeable. It's feminine because it's a reference to rebrum. So by using these other things and not enjoying them, we come to a full enjoyment of the things that are eternal and unchangeable, says Peter Lombard, quoting Augustine.